As you would have all seen, I've recently saved this Range Rover P38 Bordeaux edition after it being sat in a barn for the last 13 years, and as you can tell, it was absolutely hanging. One of the first things that we've done to this car, we dropped it over to TVC Performance on the outskirts of Exeter, who are going to be doing some work to this car for me. We dropped it there, we've done a full detail on it, so make sure you check back at the last video to see how well the car cleaned up after doing a full detail both inside and out. And now today it's time to look to see what sort of condition this Range Rover is in. You would know that it's recently got stuck into gear, the airbag suspension is at fault, and there's a few other issues with this car. So in this video you'll find out exactly what we need to do to get this car back on the road again. So you're joining me back down at TVC Performance with the Range Rover P38. We've just done a full clean on it, as you would have seen in the last video. What we want to do today is see exactly what needs doing to it. You would have seen, I would have spoke about the fact that it's now locked into gear, which is not ideal. So basically we're going to put it on the ramp today, figure out exactly what it needs and work out how much this is going to cost to get done. Hopefully the list is not too big, but we've got Sam here today who's just about to get it on or has just got it onto the ramp. We're going to get it up in the air, have a look at underneath, see if there's any rust, see what needs doing, and get this list together. So yeah, if you've been waiting to see what needs doing on the P38, this video is going to be for you. Moment of truth, Felix. The purpose of today's check over is just to find out if there's anything else that is wrong with this car that we don't know about. Obviously, we know there's a couple of issues with the airbag suspension, which is common on these. We know it's got a gear cable fault, so we're just working out if there's any rust or if there's any other bits that are hanging off on this car that we need to be aware of before we do anything else. Let's have a look. Right, so you tell us, and what we looking for, Sam?
Just
so any leaks or whatever?
Leaks, oil leaks. Looks like a little bit, but you expect to see a little bit.
And so it has been sat for 13 years as well, so it's probably going to all be
being sat. It doesn't look that bad. There's a lot of surface corrosion, but nothing too bad. Rust is the main worry on something this age. But
what would you look at the seals and stuff?
Down the chassis on these, it looks fine to be fair.
Yeah, it looks solid, doesn't it?
A bit dirty, a bit oily, but no severe rust or anything.
That looks pretty solid to be fair, doesn't it?
That's very good, yeah.
To be fair, they do say the P38, so in terms of seals and bodywork, don't rust. It's obviously just everything else, all like the electrics and other stuff that are a pain on the ass on it.
And it's got a bit of a slight oil leak, but that's probably helped save it a little bit.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon. Well, it's all slightly coated in oil a little bit.
I wonder if there's any oil left in it though.
Well, it hasn't ceased yet, so...
Oh, so far so good then, really?
So far so good, it does look good.
Get on. So obviously we know that the airbag suspension's playing up because it's on its ass effectively at the minute. So that's something we'll have a look into, I suppose.
Look at that, we've got to look at how big of a job it is to do the gear selector cable, which is... Which side is it? I think it's that there. What, so obviously this car is it got stuck into park, didn't it? Mm-hmm. So you've been underneath, you've had to pull something.
Under
it when you're last here, and that's, you can see up in here best. You can see the selector cable there, it's snapped just where it connects to the gearbox.
That's mad, might do some overlay. Yeah, so it's a bit of a fiddle, I know what you mean now when you said it's a bit of a nightmare to try and get it.
So we should be able to get it. We might have to drop this prop shaft out, but it shouldn't be too bad of a job.
Right, fine. It's not bad, Felix. At least the thing is, main thing for me was all the rust and that. As long as the seals and stuff were going to be solid.
I think you've got really lucky here. It does look in quite a good condition.
Yeah, get on. Because I was thinking, like, all of this underneath stuff, what I could do, get someone to ice blast it all. Don't know if you've seen that. Someone could ice blast it all, get it all nice and clean, then we can work out what we're playing with. But if there's not much that you see that's...
I mean, that's always...
To the eye, anyway, yeah.
It's always worth doing if you want to make it really good. But in terms of rust, I don't think you're going to have a back with rust on this.
Get on. That's good news, isn't it? What, is there anything towards the back that we need to look at at all, or is it all fairly straightforward?
Again, it's like diff.
Sorry, Felix.
Oil leaks, which it looks like there's a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Probably just needs resealing. And again, rust on anything. But as you can see, it doesn't look too bad.
But you say, is it just surface stuff?
Mainly just surface rust, yeah. Got a little bit of some deeper rust here.
Oh yeah.
But really not that bad.
Get on, that's good news, to be fair. That's better than what I thought. Like I said, because the rust and stuff, to get all that welded, if it was like seals, that'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it could be a lot of work to get all the rust
So I'm glad that there's nothing like that he's doing.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, John?
Yeah, the chassis is all good, isn't it?
So at least don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. How are the brakes and that looking?
Well, yeah, all that's going to want to be renewed.
Yeah. What initially are we looking for? Just making sure there's no rust in that, making sure there's no parts hanging off, I suppose.
Yeah.
Obviously, got to bear in mind as well, it's been sat for so long, haven't we? So there's a lot that's going to be seized up.
We're going to need ball joints here. As you can see, the boot's all off there.
It's all perished.
Boots all disintegrated there, yeah. A lot of these rubber boots we're going to end up needing. And probably brakes all the way around. Boot up there's going on the top joint as well.
What do you reckon, Felix? It's not bad? I was expecting you to come underneath and go, Jesus Christ, mate, I'll get rid. But I knew that most of it was going to be seized up, like all the rubbers and stuff is going to need to be replacing, and brakes definitely going to need to be replacing.
Definitely going to need some new rear discs.
Yeah. But they're completely seized on at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, it is very difficult to move.
And then obviously as well, we've got the original wheels. The original wheels can go back on. Obviously we need tyres for that, so let's get some tyres for that. But as long as it's not anything too serious that needs doing, I think we've got pretty lucky, to be fair.
I think, like John says, rubber boots, ball joints, just a thorough look over all the brake lines as well.
It'll need a good service and that, wouldn't it?
And it shouldn't be too difficult to get it through an MOT.
Yeah, I suppose that would be the good thing, innit? Do the brakes and stuff, get everything that we know that needs doing, put it for MOT, and then if anything flags up then, a bit like what we've done on the E36, again, hopefully we just don't have any more brake issues with this one like we did with the E36. Bloody cut. Yeah. How would we test the airbag suspension? Should come out. Oh.
We can just try and operate it.
2001.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's OBD or not even.
Yeah.
So.
Some systems you can manually run the air pump,
Right.
but I don't think this is new enough that you can do that. It would be a case of finding the air pump and just putting 12 volts to it and seeing if it kicks in.
Right, fine. Yeah, because it would be interesting to see if it raises or not, wouldn't it?
Yeah. This might be like pre-OBD on this, so it might need some kind of.
Yeah.
I know we had a P38 here before. We had a separate computer system for some like antiquated thing for it. So.
Yeah, because I suppose it's probably not going to do any favours, is it, on its ass, bubbling along, is it? So it might. I know the airbag suspension is one of the most common things on these, isn't it, to go wrong?
Yeah.
Especially like you say, if you've been sacked.
Yeah.
And like and
you can get coil. Converter.
Yeah, I want to keep it as it is though. If a few people said to me to put the springs on it, but I think if we're going to have it, if we're going to like keep it as original as we can, just keep it on air.
Yeah.
It'll drive nice as well, won't it? It'll drive a bit softer on air, to be fair. So, but there's no other way than checking it other than plugging it in, putting some air into it.
We're going to have to try and build some air pressure and then see where it comes out.
Yeah, see where it's leaking from.
Is that anything we could do today?
We can try. I mean, we can try and we can see if it's got ABD.
Might be worth it, isn't it? Trying to find the OBD port. I think we found it, which is underneath the steering rack. On the left-hand drive, it's in the glove box, so it's confusing us a little bit, but it's underneath the steering rack, and then we can plug it in and see what's wrong with it. So, yeah, hopefully when we've taken off this panel off, we can get it all plugged in and see what's up. In. Ended up being on the glove box side after all. Oh, it's right underneath.
All the way under here, yeah.
Stripped out the whole interior. Sorry, John. Never got the easy stuff for you, have we? It's always the stuff that can end up being a nightmare. Yeah, true. At least we've got good access to that bit when we need it and stuff, because it's definitely going to flag up a few times. The thing is with it, there ain't actually anything on the dash, is there? There's no warning lights on the dash at the minute, I don't think.
Is there not?
I don't think so. There was?
I think so, yeah.
After 15 minutes of messing about and ripping out all the plastics underneath the steering column, we then found the OBD port underneath the glove box after all, which was not ideal after going through all that effort. But it was then time to plug it in just to work out exactly what is wrong with this car. Obviously using a diagnostic tool saves time, it saves all the hassle of it, and it basically pins you to exactly what is wrong with it without having to go through all the effort of doing it manually.
Anti-theft device signal. That's the only code on the engines. That's good.
That must be a typical Range Rover thing, isn't it? Maybe they could do with an anti-theft device on the new ones. Is that aircon not working?
Just trying to turn it off. that screen will need redoing because that's all.
Is it?
The LCD on that's gone.
Not good.
To get a hold of.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, so there might be repairs.
Yeah, see what the AC and that's on. I'll have a look at it in a minute.
So for a bit of context, what John noticed there when he was messing about with the air conditioning, that he noticed the LCD screen is not playing ball. It's slightly discoloured. So if anyone's got an LCD screen for the air conditioning for a Range Rover P38, please let me know because I'll need to replace that.
That Range Rover noise is going to get annoying after a while, isn't it? Being out on that.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my. Here we go, Felix.
Incorrect signal. Vehicle speed fault.
Yeah, supply leak. It makes sense.
Target headlights incorrect. A lot of stuck valves. All of the valves are stuck.
What are the valves for? Just
So that will be that controls where the air goes to. So the air compressor will just build air pressure, and then the valves will control how much air it needs at which wheel.
Right.
So
They're all stuck.
They're all stuck, open and closed apparently. I'm assuming that'll be a lot of electrical issues. You might have to go on coilovers.
New settings.
Yeah. Yeah, it all just starts raising up.
Well, I'll take a picture of them and I'll try clearing them and see if we can get it working. I don't know, has it just cleared them all, is it? Oh, there you go.
To be fair, it could be a lot worse though, couldn't it? When you think about it.
At least your engine works.
Yeah.
Like nothing else does, but...
We don't actually know if the sunroof works yet or not, but I thought I'm not trying it. Just in case.
That's the rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it's got a sunroof and older than 20 years, you don't
Just
touch it.
don't try it, just in case. How long does their suspension work? How long does it last on an old car? Say if we renewed all of it, is it something if you maintain it, it's going to last forever? Or?
It all fails at some
stage. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like anything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nothing's lifetime really. So
Yeah, the airbags would probably be
the
the... Yeah, that and the airbags themselves are probably the first
then
thing
you
to
get
go.
leaks. Yeah.
Yeah. But everything's come back, so they're not like old codes or anything. That is everything we're going to have to fix.
A lot of valves.
So I suppose we're probably going to have to replace most of the air suspension system.
To be fair, I thought that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think that anyway. So that's nothing new to me, to be fair.
It might be relatively
it'd be
easy.
worth...
Might be the compressor's got all the valves
Yeah.
in it, and you can replace it all in one go.
So get all new bags, compressor and all of that. Yeah, to be fair, I had a feeling that would be that anyway.
Somebody must do a kit
Yeah.
for a complete set.
FUCKED. That's what it'll come up saying. Yeah, like the airbag suspension, I knew anyway, didn't I? I knew that was going to be something that needed to be replaced. Obviously, I've been sat for so long, so it's common on these as well, isn't it?
It's very common on pretty much anything with
Yeah.
suspension. It doesn't last well over time.
Because I think about it, say if it'll probably be what, like £1,000 for the air suspension? It's probably not going to be far off for coilovers. You might as well just put it back to original. The time you mess about with coilovers and that, surely.
Yeah.
So might as well keep it original.
Yeah, it's probably a similar amount of work.
Yeah.
Cost for all the bits.
Yeah. Yeah, so at that point, I might as well just keep it as it is. If it was like night and day difference, so say if the airbag suspension was like £3,000 and coilovers were like 500 quid or something, you'd probably go, I'll just get coilovers.
It's stupid not to do coilovers, but...
That's right, Felix, we'll be taking it off road by the end of the week.
Yeah, so we can't communicate with any... There's no anti-lock brake module, there's no airbag module. So...
That's
yeah.
fine, we know the brakes are gone anyway, don't we?
So the only thing we're having codes with there is the air suspension.
That's good news. That's good news, to be
The
fair.
engine is
Good.
mint.
Like I say, we need a
Probably
good service and that.
service,
Yeah. To be fair, I haven't even checked to see if there's any oil left in it. It might be worth just seeing if there's any oil in it
It's probably a good idea.
before we keep starting it up and moving it and stuff. Because otherwise the engine will be cooked and then we'll be stuffed. But that's not bad. What was she saying about putting? You can manually put air in it, like.
So we can... I can't do it on that, I don't think.
No.
We can have another look. But some newer stuff you can get the
Connect
computer
up.
to just run the
Ah,
pump.
right.
Even if you're not trying to raise or lower the vehicle, you just try and build pressure. And if that doesn't work, then we can find the pump itself and we can get a power probe and we
Right.
can just put 12 volts into it
Fine.
and see if it runs.
Ah,
And
right,
that would
fine.
be a good way to tell if it's just leaks that's stopping it working, or if it's the actual pump.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, cool. I'm happy with that. To be fair, it's good news. It's good news, Felix. To be fair, matey was saying about like the water pumps quite common on these because they're plastic and they moved them over to like alley or something. How do we?
Any coolant in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's making a lot of noise though, isn't it?
Is that the noise?
There's something that sounds like the bearings have gone on something.
Dipstick. It's season hole.
To be fair.
Yeah, full.
What? So at least we know it's not been pissing out.
No, it doesn't look like great condition.
No.
Power steering fluid as well, that's always good.
That's good, I can see that.
Oh yeah, those in there.
Good on.
It might just be the bearing on the water pump then.
Yeah.
Because apparently they made them like plastic, then they moved them over to like some sort of metal alley or something like that. So it might be worth.
Yeah.
How would you see that? It's just a case of you have to open it up and see what's what.
But overheat, and the other thing we could do is if there's a return, we can take the return off the top of the tank, and we can see if it's getting flow back to the tank. That'll be a good test of if it's working or not.
Right.
We can do that if you want.
Can do if you want. It's all going over my head, some of this, I'll tell you that. But yeah, if you want to give it a go.
Well, like with the suspension though, mate, it really depends on the cost of a kit because we can be a long time diagnosing all of the issues.
Yeah.
Okay, so you might buy 4 airbags and a compressor, but there could be an issue with any of the piping to it or anything like that.
Yeah.
It could be a crack or an issue with the reservoir or something like that.
Yeah, so it could be a big job.
Might put all that stuff on.
And then it's still be something.
It's still leaking. We might be chasing leaks.
Yeah.
All that stuff to come apart. So it's like.
Oh, is that why people would put them in the core?
Yeah, I think that would. You know, if you put the steel suspension on, it works, and then that's that. And it's very much like whatever the cost of that is plus the labour, and it's done.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, it kind of makes it more attractive to sell with that because then people know that they're not going faults with
True.
it. So if you're talking about renewing the entire system, so every pipe, the reservoir, and everything in it, then fair enough. But that.
Yeah, I'll have to have
that level of overhaul might be.
Yeah, it might be stupid money.
They may do it as a kit with absolutely everything.
Yeah, so worth looking into, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seeing how much it is.
But weigh it up, but yeah, don't just assume that if we buy a compressor and 4 airbags,
It could be problems. Yeah, it might not be. Right, fine.
So, but obviously, it is job done with the steel suspensions.
Yeah, that obviously makes sense why people just put coil in down there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Springs and stuff. Even. Yeah, fine. All right, noted. Right, so you're going to test the water pump.
We can return back off the radiator and we'll get it running.
Yeah, and is that just going to go back into there?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay, stick it in there.
You know what's going on, Felix?
No. So this is the return off the top of the radiator. If the water pump is pumping right, it should be getting some water out of there. We're getting some flow, not a huge amount. I expect that we're getting some flow through the water pump, but not great. And with that sound, it might be that it needs a new water pump.
It also looks like it's just water in there and no coolant as well. So
So it might want a flush and a refill. I noticed as well that it did pressurise the system slightly, even in that short time running. So hopefully that's not much to worry about, but it could be a bad sign. But it probably just needs a long run to see what kind of issues it could have.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, yeah, it could benefit for a decent drive, couldn't it, after being set up for so long? Jesus.
I think the main thing is service, disc and pads, and then see if we can get them
Well, should we have a look at the air suspension? Yeah, because we wouldn't be able to put it through MOT with the air suspension fault, would we? Or could we just send it on through and...
It's old enough that I think you probably could.
Could you?
Coming up with a fault on the deck?
I think so.
It's not like it's only going to fail on it anyway.
Yeah, true, and then just see what else it's doing. Sounds rough, doesn't it? Sounds super rough. Doesn't sound good at all, does it? It does sound rough, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Hopefully it is something just like
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's quite common though. Like Matey said, they used them in plastic, then they made metal ones or something. So the plastic ones used to crack and shit himself.
Might be that, or it might be an idler or something.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just on the auxiliary belt and not well, it might be the hand belt.
Yeah,
There's a
ABS lights on the dashboard as well, airbag lights on the dashboard.
well, like you say, you could just take it for MOT with the light on, no, because it's going to fail, isn't it?
What we want to do is obviously make sure it's running all right, it's all right first. So we want to sort out that noise on the auxiliary side.
Yeah.
And then obviously we want to run it up to temperature, get some heat in the cabin, make sure it's circulating correctly, and it's not going to overheat on a road test or anything like that. So,
fine.
that's really going to be the first port call, is to get it running.
Fine.
Right, but that obviously we don't want to run it too long with that noise.
No, it sounds brutal, doesn't it?
So I think if we strip everything off the front there and we can get access to the then we can actually see what.
Yeah, it might be worth looking at what the cam belt's like on it as well.
Yeah.
I think it's belt these, or is it chain? If it is belt, it'd be worth having a look at the belt.
I'll just put a key in it and start it and hope for the best.
Oh, I think so, yeah. Yeah.
As you can tell, Felix, we know exactly what we're doing, don't we? It's getting slightly worse than news. But then, to be fair, like I said, the airbag suspension I knew, the water pump I knew, I know it needs a service, I know it needs brakes. Cam belt, it could be expensive, couldn't it? Is it chain?
Yeah. Hopefully the water pump's on the auxiliary belt then. Should be.
Is that good news that it's a chain, or?
Yeah, it's good news, yeah. Well, as long as the chain's alright. The chain
I think it's only done 90,000 miles, isn't it? So it's not heavy miles either, to be fair.
Yeah, if it was a belt, then I'd be worried that being sat for so long could have caused it to perish, but the chain shouldn't be affected.
Fine.
You do the belt straight away if that was the case.
Yeah, fine. Right, so we'll make a little list then of what he's doing. So it'll be airbag suspension we'll look into, brakes and that would definitely need to be done.
Yes.
Service will be a definite. We'll look into the coolant issue.
Yep.
What else is that? That's about it, wasn't it, really?
That was pretty much it, yeah.
So we just want to try and work out if it's going to be cost effective to do the airbag suspension, or I'd like to keep it on the airbag suspension, but we need to price for absolutely everything. Because obviously cores is going to be, or springs are going to be a lot cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, it's pretty much that. And then
Gear cable.
Gear cable. That's the most
Because we can't actually move it at the minute at all, can we?
No,
other than using a forklift.
We'll get that ordered up today and we'll get that fitted today.
Just so we can move it around and stuff. Nice. All right, well, good news. We've got obviously a few issues that we didn't know about, but most of all, it's solid underneath and it should be good to go. This is where the expensive part gets, isn't it? So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for the rest and we'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Ciao.